They say rotate the lights. Alright, so I guess they keeping me this way. Why are they keeping me this way? I don't like it. Why not? Something to turn me around. Alright, guys. Welcome to the Foxtrot, baby. Welcome to the Foxtrot, baby. Why? Because Foxy Tea is the best tea. Use caution when you see me. Ah, bitch. Anyway. Hey guys. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? I really didn't mean to come on here with this, but it's chilly in here. I really did not want to put this on, but it's really chilly here. Like my hands are freezing. I'm cold. I'm cold. I'm cold. All right. It's a little chilly. I turned on the heat. I hope y'all can hear me. I hope you guys can hear me because I'm really covering the mic. I'm covering the mic. Uh, I was looking for a second because I was about to say, should I put a mic in? So therefore, like, put my little headset in and put my mic on so you can hear me. But hopefully you can hear me. All right, so today we're gonna have the story time. Uh, um, which these are like I know these people. These are family members or whatever like that. And I'm just gonna tell the story because I don't feel like the story, like whole story will be told, and I feel as though I have the platform to tell the story. I know it. And I'm just like, I just think that this person's side of the story should be told, or this story should be told before any other parties that was wrong in this story, God forbid, anything happen, but anything, not here anymore to understand the wrong in their doing, like, so I'm making this so therefore they'll get to see it because some people in the story is not here anymore. So it's like at some point the story has to be told. Like before everybody end up going, and then it ain't gonna be nobody left to really tell the motherfucking story. You get what I'm saying? So anyway, all right, I'm not gonna say no names and like that. So basically, it's just gonna be like, it's my family members and my motherfucking family members. This is people I know. All right. So basically, have a family member, right? That I'm gonna see how I'm gonna do. Okay, I have a family member, right? A family member. Now, she is a woman. She was the only child. Okay, she was the only child. She was doing good. She wasn't, doing really too much nothing, everything like that. She was in the military and anything like that. So, straight and narrow, basically like that. All right, she ends up, you know, get getting pregnant, having a baby, or whatever case may be. Didn't stay with the child's father or whatever like that. You know, he was unfaithful, whatever case may be. Boom, boom, bow. She's taking care of the child. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, all right, boom. As she get, as the child that she has gets a little older, I'm gonna say, I don't know, probably around like 4, something like that, 4, 5, 4, or whatever. 3 or 4. Um, my family member, her motherfucking mother, her mother gets killed, like gets murdered, like life cut short, not from natural causes, whatever the case may be, shit like that. Like, you know, and mind you, not even mind you, because I didn't even tell you this little part of it, but my family member, her mother actually like kind of was beating breast cancer. It was battling breast cancer. So the fact that breast cancer didn't even wasn't what took her out. Somebody decided to cut her motherfucking life short is how she lost her mother. It, 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 and this is my family members. Yo, that shit is fucked up. Period. Mind you, my family member, she was the only child. So, and that was her only parent at the time because her father wasn't in her life at the time. Now, the thing is that now she's what? A newly not a newly grandmother. She's a newly mother. You get what I'm saying? Lost her mother young. Don't have really nobody. She has family, but you lose your mama. It's a difference. Like, you can have family members, but you know, like, and the same goes if you were raised by your father. You get what I'm saying? Whomever you were raised by, like, that person leaving is more significant to you than, I'm not going to say like then the rest of the family, like, you ain't gonna give a damn, you ain't gonna care, but that is a direct shot to you, and it's like your life is totally, you know, out of wax, out of order, and everything more than the rest of the family, if that makes sense. Okay, so all right, so that had got by all that happened, and mind you, she was still in the military and everything. Even though she, you know, she's like I said, she was doing good, everything. Didn't really smoke, didn't smoke, didn't really drink unless she went out, something like that. But she was a fan. You get what I'm saying? And nothing like that. So the family member, the fact that somebody murdered her mother and they couldn't find out who it was, and by her being fairly young, because she wasn't that young, but think about it, like, I think, all right, this is how I think my family member had her child when she was 21. So if the child was about 4, my family member probably was like around the 25 era. Okay, so mind you, you lose your parent, or your only parent that you always had, at 25. That's fairly young though. You know, it's not young as most, but at the same time, it still could and would take um a hold of your mental, or something, and you don't know how that person probably grieve. You know, so this is what I got from the story. My family member, it got to her mentally, to the point where this was one of her weakest moments in her life. I mean, I don't blame her. Like I said, the title of this is Don't Judge a Book by Its Cover, because you never know what made that person end up where they are. And mind you, she's in the military, still in the military. Now, by her going through all this stuff, and going through having to deal with the funeral arrangements, which she couldn't really deal with, so basically her mother's sisters and handled it, everything, because my my family member was freaking young, but too kind of young to handle that shit. She was old. She was grown, but she was a little too young for all that shit to happen, and she like handled everything herself. Like, it would have been too much for her. So mentally, it was going. it just was getting crazy. It was getting to her mentally. She was in the military, everything like that. She was still doing that, everything like that. So even her, she had to take a little break. Try, they like, do you want to talk to somebody about your mother being murdered or whatever? She said yes, and everything like that. It was getting to her. They didn't end up following through with the help, the therapy for her to to get the therapy sessions she needed, I guess. So it was getting to her mentally, like, more, to the point where she decided, like, her weakest moments was deciding to end her own life. Like, she wanted to leave. So her never doing drugs, never doing nothing, like, felt like, and she was on medication, so she ain't have nothing to really take or whatever. So she tried, to take a bottle of pills, like just a bottle of like pills, aspirin, whatever. It didn't work. Okay, she's still in the depression mode, like grieving stage and everything like that. Still taking care of her 4 year old, which is crazy. Like, she still was taking care of her 4 year old. Then she really actually, after that, when she turned to her, you know, boyfriend at the time, she turned to him and try to get some, you know, she basically, when he found her like that the first goddamn time, you hear what I'm saying? He was like, hey, instead of doing that, do this or whatever. Like, I don't know. But he introduced her to a drug. And to my knowledge, I don't know what the sniffing drug is, but the what that people be sniffing. So Um, so boom. He introduced her to that. She tried to take a lot. Like, she was trying her life. Like, she ain't give a fuck. She just ain't want to be there no more. She ain't give a damn. Like, to her motherfucking life was over. Okay. But when she woke up the next morning, she thought she did enough, but she woke up the next morning. So her butt wasn't gone like she wanted to be. She was now hooked on something, and she didn't want to be. She just didn't want to feel the feelings anymore. She just didn't want to live, didn't want to do life no more, or whatever case may be. And all of this, and she is still 100% effectively still taking care of her child because she's a naturalized giver, you know. So while she's now battling with being hooked on something and still trying to, take care of her child, she, boom, going through life, raising her child and still being hooked on whatever this is. Now, all right, a little later on down the line, she ends up, her boyfriend now becomes her second child's father. Boom. Now she has two kids. Now she is hooked in with two goddamn kids. You get what I'm saying? But now she's not in the military anymore because she just stayed out too long. She didn't do what she was supposed to do as far as that. Probably getting back to them afterwards, like, or them reaching out to her. I don't know how it go, but whatever what was supposed to have been done was not done, and she ended up being in survival mode. Like, it just was in survival mode at that time. Boom. Later on down the line, her first child, the one that she had when everything happened, grew up. She um when she grew up, oh, that ended up being a girl. So she grew up, she ended up not having, like I said, having in the beginning, if you know, like I said, that father wasn't around. So that father wasn't around, but she ended up expressing to the parent of, like, her grandparent. So the mother of her father, and try to express to him like, a, like, well, try to express to her like, a, if you would have, or if you can stop doing his job for, like, trying to do his job for him and actually make him do his job and be a parent, it it would be a lot better. But the grandmother didn't understand that she wasn't saying that something was wrong with what she was doing. It was just that even though what you were doing was very welcome and very needed and accounted for, it just would have meant a lot more and would have been a little bit more effective if you wouldn't have did it for him and made him do it, and always make him do it. Like, or you get what I'm saying? So that made the grandmother sad. Grandmother, I guess, went to other, probably told, other, family members, her children, so basically the girl's father's brothers and sisters or whatever, or their children, which is, the grandmother, their grandmother. So they basically, the cousins, or one of the cousins, basically came to the girl, and was like, hey, don't be talking to my grandmother like that. She, after she did everything for you, blah, 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 whatever. And then the girl's father's sister, the mother of the cousin, was like, yeah, like, well, yeah, if your mother would have, wasn't busy getting high and was taking care of you properly, maybe you would have turned out better. Now, I just would like to say, me knowing all this, I was very shocked to find that instead of because that's her aunt, instead of the aunt, okay, I stopped and didn't finish. Okay, so when she said maybe, your mother should have treated I mean, would have, boom, taken care of you better, or taken care of you probably, maybe she, you would have came out better. And then she said, this is what the girl said in return, no, if your brother, which is her father, would was doing his job as a man and taking care of his responsibilities properly, then maybe I would have turned out better. That's what she said. But I was gonna say the other part where I was shocked about, but to me, I just want to say, just outside looking in, I just want to say, I didn't see nothing wrong with how the girl turned out. So I was kind of confused to why, even if you didn't know why her mother started getting high and how it happened, right? Because from my understanding, the girl does not feel any type of way about, like, doesn't feel embarrassed about her mother being hooked on drugs or anything, or whatever her mother do. She don't judge her or nothing like that, because she's just happy and grateful and glad that she is still here on earth to, yeah, that she's still here on earth to actually create memories with, to even help if she needs to get better, because it's still an opportunity too. She didn't lose her mother like that girl, like her mother lost her grandmother, because she could have lost her mother as well at the same time as she lost her grandmother. She could have lost her mother too as well. So she was mostly just grateful of the fact that she was still there. So she doesn't feel she doesn't feel any embarrassment about it, or feel any type of way, or feel like um that's like, she just doesn't feel like embarrassed about it. And honestly, to tell you the truth, these are my peoples. So I don't feel, me too, I don't feel no type of way to do what she do either, what her mother do either. Because nigga, I smoke. I smoke. This is what I do. And I know a lot of people who do too. And I know a lot of people who do other stuff that don't nobody know that they fucking do. But the thing is that I chose to do what I did. You get what I'm saying? And not everybody chose to do what they did. Some people in her in her case was trying to end their goddamn lives. That was a suicide, a motherfucking excuse me. I don't want to get this that flag tonight. But that was an attempt that did not work by the grace of God. So, even though, yes, she was saved by the grace of God, she had some consequences that came along with it, because now she's hooked. You get what I'm saying? How dare you? How dare you judge her? How dare you judge her? Yes, she was wrong for trying to unalive herself. But at the same time, it wasn't effective. It did not make it. It did not work. And by the grace of God, she's here. She's here. So let that woman live. Stop sitting up there trying to condemn her for something that she's already been forgiven for a million times over. You are not God. You are not the person that should be condemning her at all. She, even though she was battling what she was battling and dealing with what she was dealing with, she still had that girl. She still had her child. And the second child too. So she was still taking care of those goddamn kids effectively. What she basically was saying was that this her dad, this guy ain't even half of the goddamn uh didn't have half of the barriers that she had, and still failed to do his job, and or attempt to do his job. He could at least attempt. That was the thing. The thought is better than, like, the thing is that a lot of people will look at all that I did for you, all that I did, just like I did for you, I did for you, I did for you, or whatever I did for you, and fail to realize that if it's not coming from a genuine place, sweetheart, if it's not coming from a loving, really helpful, meaningful, spiritual, really a God-like place, it doesn't mean shit. The devil give you stuff as well. The devil blesses you as well, sweetheart. Don't get mad at the person for realizing that yours wasn't genuine or yours wasn't godly. Your blessings wasn't godly. It came with conditions. That's that's what a lot of people fail to realize, that they fail to realize to real people, real genuine, God like for real. When I say God like, I mean that know and truly believe that they're a child of God and really know that to be so, regardless of what they do, not even regardless of what they do, but regardless of what society paints them as, they know them, their heart and their true selves and their morals and their standards. You know what I'm saying? Like my thing is by us being really real, we can tell that you're fake. Like we can see through the fake blessings, we can see through the fake gifts, we can see through the you trying to keep up with the Joneses, because you have to keep up your facade. You have to keep up that look or that image or whatever like that. When you're real, your shit looks crazy. Your shit looks like a fucking roller coaster because that's real. That's real. It might not always be stable because life will throw you shit here and there and everywhere. You just have to what? Dodge the motherfuckers, catch what you can, throw back what you know what I mean? What you can. Fuck out of here. You gotta dodge that shit. You gotta live through it, carry it with you, drop that bitch off when you can. You know what I'm saying? But keep going. Regardless of the fact the shit is not gonna look like this. It's not gonna look perfect. And for you to strive to look perfect, that right there shows you ain't real. Cause real ain't perfect, sweetheart. Real ain't perfect. And a sweet person, no matter how sweet they are, or they act or seem or have this image of portraying to be, doesn't mean that they're actually sweet. They could be evil. They can be very much well evil. Because anytime you judge another human being, you're judging them for something, for a reflection that had from a tragedy that happened to them in their lives. Like that's like that's like a guy walking down the street with one arm. He didn't now. He wasn't born that way. Even if he was born that way, that's still fucked up for you to do. Now, you sitting up there talking about this nigga, or you could be talking about this nigga like he did something, but he ended up just was born that way. It was out of his fucking control, bitch. What the fucking like you're just wrong. You're just fucking wrong. You get what I'm saying? Or if something did happen to him and he did have his arm or both his arms and hands at first, but then something tragically happened to him, and then he lost one, and then you're like, oh no, like you just straight judging out the back, like nah, I don't want no handicapped person, like, but it'd be like, damn, bitch, like you don't even know I lost my arm saving the child, bitch. Like you, but okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? You're creating karma, bad karma for yourself because you're really judging a book by its cover. You don't know why a person is the way they are. So before judging that my family member, so instead of judging that woman for being hooked on drugs and yeah, just being hooked on drugs, that's all the fuck you judging her on, because everything else is fucking normal. She just was a single parent, a single mother, having to deal with raising both her children, which she did, and she had certain circumstances that made her like have to depend on certain people, and by her having to depend on certain people, because the father wasn't available doing his job, like making, when I say doing your job, like damn near stalking. You can stalk your motherfucking child. This your motherfucking, like, that's your motherfucking child. Like, and it ain't even stalking. You being around, if you ain't do nothing legally to a point where you have a restraining order against that motherfucking child, it should be almost like you stalking your motherfucking child. Not really, but you know what I'm saying? Like, nothing should be keeping you away from your motherfucking child. For real. Like, you can't be like, oh, she kept me from him. She kept me from the child. No. Like, from my understanding, I mean, if you let too much time go by, things change. So they might move. Of course. But you can't let too much time go by. You can't be like, oh, I'm going to look for my child 1 week and then 2 months later think you can do it again. Yo, like, I mean, and think you're going to have the same result, or they still in the same, you will hope they in the same, it's still the same, position or whatever like that. But it's like, yo, you got to understand, like it's like an everyday thing. But so, all right, so basically, by now I had to tell that story because I feel very like all right, the girl, like I said, got into it with her goddamn aunt about the father, and her cousin about the goddamn father. You get what I'm saying? Well, they kind of really thought that they was taking up for the grandmother, but the whole time the grandmother was taking up for the father. So basically, it really was the father. So it wasn't nobody going at the grandmother, but it kind of made it, because the grandmother was upset, kind of made it seem like to the cousin that the girl really did something to the grandparent, to the grandmother, and she really did. She just really was trying to make the grandmother, have the grandmother see that she needs to hold her son accountable. Like, make him, you stop doing it. You stop doing it. It's okay. Nobody's saying you don't love her. Nobody's saying that you don't care about the grandchild. No. You just stop doing it, because it's not your goddamn job, and you shouldn't have to be goddamn doing it. You sitting up there doing it, and you're not only doing it for him, you're doing it for all the goddamn fucking men in the family, for real. And it's like, we have to make these men accountable for their actions. We can't just let them think that it's just the woman's uh place to take care and raise the children by themselves. You know what I'm saying? They just provide funds. You know what I'm saying? It takes a little bit more than that. And not only that, also us as the women, like, I feel like the aunt should have not went, she should not even have put her attention on the mother at all. Not at all. Because her being, from my understanding, the aunt is a single parent as well. So her being a single mom should, you don't go at the single, don't go at the mom. The mom was there. How dare you when the mom was there? And then again, my question is, how bad is the girl? Like, how, what you mean, how did she turn out? You get what I'm saying? Now, maybe the things, now, being in certain situations, her mom having to be in certain situations and everything like that, did allow certain trauma to happen to the girl. That now, in that way, I feel like, well, maybe you would have turned out better, like you would have had that trauma, maybe. I'm hoping that's where the aunt was going at it with. But even if that's the case, still, you were wrong. You were wrong morally. You were wrong in general. In general, you was, because Why would you go at the parent that was there? Fuck it being a woman or man, whatever the case may be. Why would you go at the parent who was there when, light bulb, who is the problem in scenario? The missing parent is the problem. Because if the missing parent was present, then maybe they could have worked together and things could have went a different way. But by this parent having the present parent at being there, they not having nobody to really rely on, had them end up relying on people that was very untrustworthy, that didn't seem untrustworthy at first or around her. Because if you realize, a lot of the things that happened to that girl that was traumatic did not happen when the mother was present. It happened when they got the mother locked up and away from the house, and they had possession of that child, which possession of that child should have went to the father, so that therefore he would have been able to protect her, or would have been able to do his job or whatever like that. So the thing is that the attention should have always been to the absent parent, not the present parent. Y'all fail to realize, y'all might think. Now, sometimes it's good for a parent to be absent if they're toxic to the child's life or damaging to the child's life. But if they're not toxic or damaging to their child's life, then what is their excuse? So my thing is, stop judging people, because by that aunt doing that aunt created that aunt and that cousin, that they created some real true bad karma for themselves. Because this is what it is. Okay? We create bad and good trauma for ourselves every day, daily, all the time, all the time. Every second in the day, every fragment of our imagination, we create, and we create good and bad karma. So, if you like gossiping and talking about people, because this is where I feel like that the gossiping and the talking about people has came into play. Okay? That is that girl's other side of the family. Evidently, it had to be talk about what her mom was doing and stuff. It had to be gossip. And gossip to me is talking about somebody's situation, about their talking about somebody's situation, talking about them in general, without hold on now, there's the second part to this, without the intent to help that person in that area. If you're not intending to open your mouth about their situation, about them, to resolve their situation or resolve whatever it is about them, if you're not opening your mouth about them to resolve it, you're gossiping. You're gossiping because you're doing it for a kiki. You're doing it for a laugh. You're doing it just to spread some shit. So, not only did that cousin and that aunt say to that girl that her mom, if her mom wasn't busy getting high and stuff like that, she'll be better, or she'll be a better person, whatever like that. The cousin also doubled back and said that that the girl was mental. Oh, don't worry about her. Don't worry, she's mental. Oh, so y'all gossip. From me looking in, This is what it's looking like to me. Is that it's about to be, or it probably has been, some bad karma that's going to be on the aunt and the cousin because of their mindset, like their actions, how they speak, mostly of their intentions. Their intentions is not to help, because if it is, it's like, how I don't see myself being like me. I'm a child of God. I call myself a child of God, as do a lot of other people, right? But I don't just call myself a child of God just because it's hip, it's the thing new. No, I call myself a child of God, child of the universe, child of Allah, child of whoever y'all feel like that is the creator of this green earth we live on. That's who I am, the child of. I know that to be sure and to be certain, because I myself can't walk in the light that y'all walk in. Like, I can't walk around and be like, I don't like her. I can't really have too much hate for somebody, especially without them doing something to me. And a lot of times they will do something to me and I'll still will have dislike for them. But in my heart, my soul, it makes my body, my actions do godly things towards them, like forgive them, uh heal instead of trying to get revenge, because that's what I would do back then when I was younger. I would do that. Now realizing that I was creating karma for myself by trying to get revenge. We create karma all the time. It's up to you whether it's bad or good or not. That's what you have to pay attention to. Are you racking in a lot of good karma, or are you racking in a lot of bad karma? What are you doing? That's the question. What are you doing? So instead of judging the next human being, the next child of whomever you serve, what are you doing? What are you creating? Good or bad karma? You talking about people behind their back. They your family. You supposed to love them. It's supposed to be a certain type of secrecy that family should have, I thought. And it's crazy because I realized that the family is the people that be doing shit to you, but they get away with it because they family. In my book, like, that's how it happens for me, and that's where I fuck up at. And it's like, I don't, not that I fuck up at, but that's how I know that I'm holy. Like, even though, or I'm anointed, like, I know that I have a pure light in me, inside of me, whether it look like it or not. Whether I'm mad tatted, uh, whether I do drugs, you know what I'm saying? If my intent is to help and the next human being, the next person on this earth, and not hurt them, how worse am I than the next person? Like, all right. If you have a person that looks the part, looks normal, look like this, whatever, but they're a scammer, they're a scamming ass nigga, they just, so, oh my goodness, they just a user, nothing, like, they will play the part of like, manipulate the shit out of you, make it seem like that they are good, right? but they're really not. And then you got a person that, yeah, they smoke, they whatever, they might do drugs, they might be fucking homeless. This person might fucking what up? It might not look out good, it might look crazy, but this person strive that everything they fucking do is to help somebody else. They racking up good karma, nigga. And you racking up bad karma. They racking up good karma. And your dumbass racking up bad karma. Looking good as shit. You look good. Look at you. Good as you look good as a motherfucker. But you racking up bad karma with your scheming ass. You gonna get caught, bitch. You gonna get caught. You look that every time somebody do something, oh nah, that person is blessed. Every time you talk about that, look at that homeless, they did that, they did that, they get high, they did that. If they not getting high and stealing your shit, bitch, if they not getting high killing your kids, if they not getting high beating shit, just fucking shit up, if they get high but still handle their business, if they do whatever they do and it's not altering them as a person too much where they still ain't got no good in them, leave them the fuck alone. That's really a good person. And 9 times out of 10 that they probably fucking doing the drugs just to deal with y'all shit, to live here on earth with y'all. Cause y'all are bullshit. Y'all damaging. Y'all are bullies. Every last one of y'all motherfuckers is fucked up and mean. And what is wrong with y'all? Like, who died and left y'all in charge of the Mohicans? What the fuck? What the bitch? Who are you? I just cannot. I cannot. But I just, the reason why I'm saying it, because I know y'all probably looking at me like, bitch, you got spit right now. What the fuck is you talking about? You talking, yeah. I think not. Listen, the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying right now is because this is going to help a lot of people. I'm going to tell you how. It's going to be a lot of people looking at this. They're going to be like, first of all, it's going to be a lot of trolls. It's going to be a lot of hating people. A lot of the people I'm talking about, you know, with the mindset like how the cousin and that aunt had. You get what I'm saying? Like, they gonna be first. They gonna be like, look at her in the bonnet, look at her, whatever. They gonna be picking me apart. Okay, we gonna get that. Yeah. But they're gonna hear what the fuck I'm saying, and they gonna see themselves in what the fuck I'm saying. Now they might get a little, you know how the demons get when you talk about them, and they get a little, you know what I'm saying, ruffle their feathers a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They might get the who, wish, you know. But deep down inside, it might make them think about the next time they want to fucking gossip. They might stop just a little. It might give a little pause, just a little, just a slight pause in the thoughts of talking about somebody the next goddamn time they do that shit. It might. It just might. And then they might just save themselves from some bad karma. Just one. How about you do yourself some, like, I'm gonna get back to it. But this is okay. This is what I'm saying, it because that's gonna help them in some type of way. It's gonna help them. Okay. Now you're gonna have your other ones that gonna watch this and not gonna worry about what I got on or what I look like or whatever. They just gonna pay attention to the words that are coming out my mouth, and they are gonna see themselves in my situation as well. Now, those people, I feel like I might, a lot of those people, I feel like they might see themselves as, you know, the daughter and a whatever and a mother, and be like, well, or see themselves like me and be like, hey, I ain't seen, I you know, I if anything, y'all messing up for yourselves. They might see it how I see it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that will help them as well, because then they'll realize that they're doing something right. That they're realizing like how the karma scale works. Because I don't think that people pay attention to the good karma. They only pay attention to the bad karma. You know, but they don't pay attention. They pay attention to the bad karma, right? They don't pay attention to the good karma, and they don't pay attention to what creates both the bad and the good karma. They don't pay attention to it, because it be the little things, the littlest things that can create the biggest karma. So me telling my family members story is because it is a gem. I feel like it's me trying to help. It's not me talking about them or nothing. I'm not trying to talk about them. I love my family. I love my family members. I love them, and I love them. I love the whole situation. You get what I'm saying? I love everybody. But I just want us in a whole to do different, to do better, and to get some of those uh generational curses and cycles that and behaviors that our ancestors you know withheld inside of them out of us. You understand? Because that starts to pass down. It starts to pass down. You know what I'm saying? If you're around your goddamn mother, and your mother is a gossiping ass chick or whatever the case may be, and all she do is gossip, 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 talking about people, talking about people, with no intent to help these motherfuckers, with no resolution in mind, with no rallying to save the day for them or anything like that, you will end up being the same type of person that sit up there and be talking about people, and you wondering, and then y'all sit up there and be like, oh, why am I going through this, or why is this happening, or this such things, these things happen to good people. You gotta understand, you cannot be sitting around talking about people. You're not a good person. That matters too. That matters too. That matters too. Well, talking about people, about their situation, and not helping them, or talking about it for a laugh, bad karma. Talking about it, talking about them and lying, bad karma. Talking about it and and, and just spreading it, like you just trying to get it to however many people you can get it to, without trying to help, that's bad. Bad karma. Now, if you're trying to, spread it to a lot of people to try to get help for them, okay, that's good. That's good karma. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, thank you. Um, if you saying it, like, it's just, moral of the story, don't judge a book by its cover. Because I had people, don't you know how you be like, don't you know how somebody get high and you don't even know what they do, but you just automatically be like, yo, that's like the crackhead of the family or whatever. Like, you automatically call him a motherfucking crackhead. The whole time this motherfucker don't even do crack. You get what I'm saying? But you talking about this motherfucker. don't know what made that person even start doing drugs in the first place. First of all, you don't even know that person do crack. Second, you just lying. You just lying. You know, and then two, you don't even know why that person started getting high in the first place. Three, I'm just saying you should feel real fucking plumb dumb stupid about your motherfucking self at this motherfucking moment. You should. Cause if you that or that motherfucking cousin motherfucker in this motherfucking story time they said that motherfucker shit, you should feel sorry for yourself. You was wrong. That was karma. You're going to get your fucking karma, nigga. Or you probably is, or probably did get your karma. But that shit is gonna hurt you, and that's what you're gonna fucking get because. And I just made karma for myself because I said that's what you get, even though I know I'm right. That's what you get though, but that's what you get. Cause you never know. I gladly take the karma of saying that's what you get because it's for a good cause. You need to stop it. You need to stop talking about people. You're sounding like a hater. You's coming off like a hater. You jealous about something, you're projecting, you're not happy with yourself about something, and you need to heal, sweetheart. Heal yourself and stop talking about other people in a negative manner. Don't talk about them at all unless you're trying to help them. And I mean, really help them. Like, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy out here. Y'all gotta understand that certain things y'all don't see. I think for the future, because I feel as though that I'm gonna be blessed enough to be here. Call me crazy, but I feel as though that God is gonna spare me, and I'm gonna be here to see a lot of days. I don't know. I just feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a lot to do. I feel like people can learn a lot of stuff from me. You can probably change their way of thinking. Can heal a lot more with me around and everything like that. Because a lot of stuff that we do is fucking wrong. And we just gotta wake up to it and be like, okay, I know I can't be perfect. I know I can't do everything right. But some of the stuff that I can fucking do right, I'm gonna do right. I'm gonna try. I'm at least try, or at least work on the shit that I didn't know that, or at least be aware of the shit that I didn't know I was doing wrong. Like I want to at least be aware of it, so I can stop. Like I don't want to not be aware of it. Like no, fuck that. If I can't make everything good, I will at least know everything I can do good. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know? Because one part might make up for the other part, nigga. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, all right, this is what I want to say to y'all real quick before it becomes an hour and I ain't trying to make it out. Like, well, it's almost an hour. But look, stop judging people. I know I said that before, but I just lost my train of thought and I'm trying to get it back. All right, boom. How about we try us? We try to like remove a couple bad comments that we possibly was gonna make that day disappear. Like not do some of the bad things. So if you about to key about this situation or whatever with this homegirl, how about you not go you not kiki with your homegirl, like, or when your homegirl get the kiki and you just ignore that whole situation, try to change the subject. Good karma for you. Good karma for you. Because we gotta stop this. We gotta stop this. There's a lot of gossiping with no substance, like no benefit. How about the only time we communicate or we even speak, it has to be beneficial to somebody. Because why are we speaking? And the shit is not being beneficial to somebody. And I ain't talking about for a laugh. No, I'm talking about real life beneficial. Making this world a better place if beneficial. I mean, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. And I feel like starting with your mental and healing will make everything else fall into place like a domino effect. So I believe in starting with the root. In the root, I feel like it's this in your heart. I feel like it's like your soul. I feel like your root is your soul. You gotta tap back into your soul and figure out what do you like, what do you want, what do you believe, how do you feel. Not how your homegirl feel down the street, not how your best friend be feeling, or how you and your best friend be feeling when y'all get together. No. How you, your fucking self, how you will be laid to rest in the case about yourself, how you yourself feel. I feel like, I'm starting. Because I'm healing. I don't care about y'all, I'm healing. I mean, I do care about y'all. I want y'all to heal too. But I ain't waiting for you. so, but me, I feel like I have a terrible mouth. Like a bad way of saying things, but I ain't gonna say most of it is beneficial and it could be useful. Okay? Now, it does come off crazy. I know it come off crazy. Hold on, I'm on live. I'm about to get off right now. Like, I know it come off crazy, right? But hear me out. How the world is, if it's odd, foreign, or not normal, or part of the normal, or part of the norm, or trending, it's crazy. It's crazy, guys. So, understand this. I feel like me. I have a weird way of expressing myself, of like saying things. I guess it don't be properly. Um, to I have a pure heart, a very rare kind of heart. You can kind of do almost anything to me. If I'm still breathing, you good. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't hate you too much. The only thing I will hate you really for if you do things to children. Anything. Like don't do bad shit to any children. Don't do bad shit to anybody that can't defend themselves or anything like that physically or anything like that. Like I don't like none of that shit. I don't like nobody making fun of nobody. For what? Like not especially about something that they can't they can't help. Um if you're a comedian, do your thing, but tread lightly. Because you still creating karma. So anyway, the thing is that yeah, that's how I feel about me. I feel like my soul is a unique one. Because I'm tapped into it. Like I let mine out. Like I let mine show. That's really the only reason why I say it's rare. It's not really rare. Y'all got it in y'all too. Y'all just I got a lot of fake shit going on with y'all that y'all don't know is fake. Like to y'all it's real. So don't take it like I'm really like getting down on you like and judging you about it because you might not know it's fake. It ain't my fault. Like I mean, or it ain't your fault if you think that it's real. Like it's real to you. It's real to you. But a lot of y'all got it in y'all. Y'all just don't show it. And I show mine, but I also show my protective side of my defensive side of mine as well. And I don't think that y'all realize that it's not only like your soul doesn't just only show light, like just like only positively only. It shows pureness, and pureness is real, and real is your real emotions, how you feel about things. Like, so those moments when you're like, yeah, your heart drops to your stomach and shit like that, like those type of feelings, like you have to understand what triggers them, like what they are, how you feel about them, and just understand that it's real. A lot of y'all be trying to, like, I said a lot of y'all, but just stop. Just just stop. Just stop judging people. Cause you creating karma for yourself. Period. That's it. That's all I had to say. All right, I'm done. Now that was the story time I had for you guys. If you feel as though you have family members or have a situation like this happen where you got a crackhead in the family, whatever like that, but you never got into the bottom of why that person became the motherfucking crackhead of the family, or even if they are the real crackhead of the family, probably not. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment down below. Let me know if you understand what I was trying to say. Comment down below if you on the side of the girl or you on the side of the aunt and the cousin. Like, how do you feel about the situation? Do you feel like I'm tripping? Like, I shouldn't see it as like people just creating bad karma for themselves? Like, I mean, that's how I see it though. Like, but let me know. Let me know in the comment section below. And that's all I got until next time. You guys. I'm just trying to heal y'all. I'm just trying to heal y'all. And the only way I can freaking heal is to do these videos and really get to the bottom of my family's situations and shit like that and whatever like that, so I can then become one with myself. Because baby, I am not in the business of like clicking up with certain family members just so I can go against the other family member. Like, no, we're not doing that. Y'all all my family, and I love all y'all. And I don't operate like that. Period. And neither should y'all. Cause are we family or we not? The fuck is y'all doing? I'm about to have to put my like granny like stick on y'all, like get it together. Get it together. Okay? Because nobody should be fucking judging no fucking body. Okay? Because you got some skeletons in your goddamn closet and you got some skeletons in your closet, and bitch, you definitely got hella fucking skeletons in your fucking closet. So stop it. And you're supposed to be blood. You're supposed to be family. Get it together. Damn it. Maybe that's probably why I did have my stuff on. Cause bye y'all. Until next time. Stop judging. Cause you creating bad karma for yourself. Wake up. The fuck is y'all doing?